can always go to Cheltenham. When you've got worries, all the noise and the hurry seems to help, I know. At Cheltenham, just listen to the music of those good old Irish voices. Linger by the paddocks.
Well, folks, the Coca Cola man's back, isn't he? Yeah, the man Smoking Stevie at Smoking Cheltenham is back. We've all been waiting for it. I think we all got a lot of momentum off him last year and some good horses to follow, so be looking forward to that for the rest of the year, that's for sure. But yeah, on with the Bandit. We're booming. Coral seemed to have kicked us out the quiz. We haven't had a quiz for a few weeks, but we're having a profitable time on the free spins on a few of the accounts. So yeah, we're averaging £187 a week, which takes some doing. It's some logging in and logging out of accounts, I know that. But we do it day in, day out. You know, the mundane period, you know, when the ball's stuck in the mud in the middle of the pitch, we're there throughout this dreaded flat season, hammering the key races. So yeah, £5,254 with the bookies' bones on for Cheltenham so far. And there's been a lot of news in this last couple of weeks, hasn't there? A lot going on. I think the assessment... there's two ways of looking at it. From the Bandits' point of view, we always get done with the Arkle and the Turners. Whenever we're back for the Arkle, seems to win the Turners, and whenever we're back for the Turners, seems to win the Arkle. And we have a lot of winners in wrong races. So from our point of view, I think ante-post betting, there'll be less races a year out to bet on. The National, sad to see that go, because we've done well in that for the last few years. Cross country, not too bothered about that. I think the Merce chase is good for us. the weights rule changes, but yeah, I mean, I've amended my squad actually because of this messing about what's been going on. I think it weakens Cheltenham, to be fair. I mean, that stuff is exciting as ever, booming, but I do have a little feel that it's sort of geared into the bookies' favour. So the squad is thus at the minute. It's always good to have a good core. And I think down the middle here, I've got 7 horses, and these are getting mixed in with all sorts of bets, that are going to run in these races. I think Constitution Hill will run in that race, providing he's fit. Same with any horse, providing they're fit. Protectorate will be Ryan Earl, Limerick List with Merce Chase, 2 Pooper Stays, Galloping of the Gold Cup. Gaelic War will be Queen Mother, and Firefox will be in the Arkle. On the wings, I don't think we know what race. They could be in the opposite races to each other. Could be Supreme and Gallagher, and I think Lossiemouth, yeah, could be in the Champion Hurdle, and same with Ballyburn, could be in the Arkle. But that's where we are for now, anyway, on the squad. And like I said, I've got a bit of inspiration. He must dread it. I imagine him sitting there going, bloody hell, probably a stronger word, good old Smoking Steve, when I call out these Cheltenham Bandit Smoking Steve, Smoking Cheltenham specials. He doesn't seem to entertain, and maybe he's a good lad. He gives a lot of comments, and you have a bit of banter. You get a few tips off him. But he must dread him. I can imagine him sitting there lighting up a fag. Another bet I've got put on, just in case it comes in. But I've drawn a bit of inspiration. You do from listening to people, and especially when you put as many bets as me on, you need fresh meat coming in for keep you going. So I've got 2 ante-post Yanks. So I've merged in a couple of horses I've just heard from Steve. Give me a bit of inspiration not to do it. And I've got an each way Yank and another Yank that I like in particular. But I have put the Grand National in because I'm going to the National this year. So might be something I carry on doing this, especially because there's not going to be any Turners, cross country or National Hunt. So next year there'll be not as many races this far out to back on. So they all end on the National. And there is a special horse, new horse that I've heard no one talk about. I'm going to talk about it a little bit, which is in the bets. So without further ado, I'll just show you the bets. So the sensible bet, if you like, oh, that's a sensible. It's only sensible if you can book his money. But the lower odds bet, I'm going Firefox for the Urkel. The only horse to beat Ballyburn. If Ballyburn goes to the Urkel, it'll be a cracking race. But I think Ballyburn will go Browns. But obviously we'll all have our opinions on that till we know, and we'll only know the week before, 2 weeks before, probably. But yeah, Firefox for the Urkel. Gaelic Warrior. You heard Steve talking about it. But I've been saying this for a while to the Big Bandit, and we've been saying it on our shows, that this is, it's a good bet for the Champion Chase, and I agree with what a few have said about John Bon. I just don't think Cheltenham's its course. So Gaelic Warrior, Champion Chase. So the two what Stevie obviously mentioned, it's just, he's not mentioned, I've battled it loads, but Gaelic Warrior, you've just heard again a bit of reinforcement on it. And Fast or Slow for the King George. I have got bigger odds on this. Started back at it a while ago. So it's a mix, I suppose. These two, because I've just been hearing about them, listening to another show, and the two I'm going to put in are Firefox and Chianti Classico for the National. Now, that's the. Yeah, I've been doing putting a Yank on here. I mean, the returns are quite decent. Should it come in? That's the sort of sensible odds. I always like to look for something a bit obscure. I always like to try and start bringing another horse into a few of my spread bets, especially if I'm doing a lot of £1 doubles with £1 free bets, but also my each way Yanks. And this horse is Birdie or Bust, which we'll talk about shortly. But yeah, these four horses, just listening to Steve there, and I think he might have a point, like Protectorat did, dropping from Gold Cup to Ryanair. It's just not good enough to win a Gold Cup Braveman's game, as much as I like the horse. And it could do what Protectorat did yet last year, so I think 33s, it's well worth having. Get a few each way bets. I know the way you're thinking, I have backed this a few times already, but Steve's just been on about it, so there is two shouts. That I do like to bring people's horses into my bets, do a lot with Let's Talk Racing. But the two I'm putting in, a Birdie Bus, which I'm going to talk about in a bit more detail, for the Mersey Hurdle, 33s. And as you've heard me say a few times, I think Jericho Long was still a cracking price at 12 to 1. I think it'll be in the first three. So for an each way bet, I think it's a chance of winning if something goes wrong with galloping. I don't think it'll beat galloping at the Gold Cup, but good for an each way bet. So there you go. Now the horse, it's only a short episode this. Just going to do a little bit of a deep dive into is this Birdie or Bust. So it's a JP horse, trained by Henry, 6-year-old, and for the price, don't forget this is an each way Yank, and I'll be doing a lot of each way bets with this horse. But you look at Jade de Grugier at the 4 to 1 for the Mersey Hurdle. And Birdie or Bust off level weights was ahead of Jade de Grugier. You could argue there's a bit more improvement in Jade de Grugier with the age, but I think 33 to 1 for this horse is good value. And the other race I wanted to pluck out was Fun was one of the Mullins stables horses last year. Well, odds odd. At Furls in, what month was it? December that. And what I like about this horse, there's quite a bit that I like about it. Went second and came back. I like an horse that battles back, especially when you've got that hill at Cheltenham. So it's got a bit of battle in it. And yeah, I think it might be growing. What I also like about it is it's done well on heavy going, come second in races. It's won on yielding. So I like an horse. You don't know what the conditions are going to be. It could be good, it could be soft, it could be heavy at Cheltenham. That time of year, just don't know what the weather's going to do. I've been there when it's been glorious sunshine. I've been there on terrible days. So knowing that it's okay in most going, I'm going to be putting this in quite a few of my spread bet, ante-post bets now. So yeah, there we go. Birdie or Bust, trained by Henry, JP Horse. I think for 33s, it's definitely worth getting in a few of the each way bets. But yeah, we're well in swing. We keep going. We're going to be seeing a lot of horses in the next few weeks coming out. And yes, you know, the Coca Cola man's back. I'm here. Never went away, the Bandit, you see. The Bandit keeps going. As always, spread bet responsibly with the bookies money. Get on the Cheltenham Bandit Smoking Channel special.